These are the following objectives of the lesson. Content standards. The learner demonstrates understanding of pre-colonial Philippine literature as a means of connecting to the past. Various reading styles, ways of determining word meaning, the sounds of English, and the prosodic features of speech, and correct subject-verb agreement. Performance standards. The learner transfers learning by showing appreciation for the literature of the past, comprehending text using appropriate reading styles, participating in conversations using appropriate context-dependent expressions, producing English sounds correctly, and using the prosodic features of speech effectively in various situations, and observing correct subject-verb agreement. Learning competencies. Observe correct subject-verb agreement. Content. The topic is all about grammar awareness, sentence diagramming, and subject-verb agreement. Learning resources. First quarter reference of English 7, curriculum guide of DepEd, and other forms of instructional materials. My dear students, a wonderful day to each and everyone. I am Jovanie Anacleto, your English 7 subject teacher. For this morning, we have here a pre-service teacher coming from Notre of Kidapawan College. Allow her to introduce herself to each one of us.
Again, good morning students. I am Stephanie BADON, your pre-service teacher for this morning. So for the information of everybody, I was assigned here to help teacher Jovanie to deliver the lesson in your English subject.
Our topic for the whole first quarter is all about grammar awareness, sentence diagramming, in subject-verb agreement. Before we will proceed to our main topic this morning, I would like to hear any idea coming from you. I would like to hear one volunteer from the boys, one volunteer from the girls. So the question is, what is sentence diagramming and what is subject-verb agreement?
The sentence diagramming is visually arranging the components of sentence structure and different parts of speech in order to map out the best way to construct your phrasing.
What is subject-verb agreement? It includes matching the subject with the correct form of a verb. It means that the subject and the verb must agree in case and in number. A singular noun must use a verb that is conjugated to match singular nouns. A plural noun must use a verb that is conjugated to match plural nouns.
Wow! All of your opinion is very good. It is very fitted to the main topic or to the main definition of our lesson this morning. Let's give a round of applause to the two volunteers who really give their best to share their idea about sentence diagramming and subject-verb agreement. And now let's proceed to our main topic this morning, and that is sentence diagramming. You know what, students? Sentence diagram is a technique known as diagramming. It is used to visualize the pattern of a sentence. Diagramming involves discovering and displaying the skeleton of a sentence. The standard pattern in English is for the subject or the noun of the sentence that would be listed first, followed by the verb or action word of the sentence. Now, students, let's review the basic parts of a sentence before we will create a sentence diagram. A simple sentence composed of subject and a predicate. Subject is the person or place or the thing that is doing something. However, the predicate in the sentence is containing a verb which states something about the subject. So we have here an example of a simple sentences that compose of a subject and a verb. So the sentence is, my box is under the stairs. So observe where is the subject and where is the predicate or the verb in the sentence. Now, let's define it. The subject in the sentence is the box. So, it is a singular form of a subject. So, what we need to do now is to match it also in a singular verb, and that is. So, therefore, the sentence rather, is my box is under the stairs. My dear grade 7 students, as of this time, we will be able to know what are the proper steps in making a sentence diagram. So based on my PowerPoint presentation, we have 5 steps in making a sentence diagram. But before that, I would like to inform you about diagramming. So, students, diagramming uses a straight and slanted lines to help you separate, analyze, and organize the function of your words in a way that delivers the clearest picture of your sentence diagram. So, as you can see in the picture, that is a good example of a sentence diagram. Later on, that will serve you as a guide in making your sentence diagram. Let's proceed to the 5 steps in making a sentence diagram. So the first step in making a sentence diagram is to start with 2 lines. So what would that mean? Draw a horizontal line cut in the center by a vertical line. The left side of the vertical line represents the subject of the sentence. So a while ago, we know what is the subject and the predicate in the sentence. But I would like to inform you again that the subject is the person or thing that performing a verb in the sentence. And in the right side is the predicate. That are the words that modify the subject and usually introduce an action. The second step in making a sentence diagram is add the subject and the predicate. For a basic sentence, start with a simple subject and a verb phrase. This becomes your independent clause, which is a sentence that can stand on its own. If you use the man as the subject in the sentence and wave as the predicate, so therefore the sentence is the man waved. So that is an example of add the subject and the predicate in the sentence. The third procedure in making a sentence diagram is build on your independent clause. So some sentences involve a direct object, the what or the whom of the sentence, which is the recipient of the transitive verb, also known as the action verb. So if you're including a direct object, draw another vertical line to the right of the predicate. This will be where the object or the direct object rather goes. So an example of a complete sentence with a direct object is the darkness scared the baby. So that is a good example of a direct object in the sentence. And now let's proceed to the number 4 step in making a sentence diagram. Number 4 is add the modifiers. Sometimes words need additional modifiers in order to create a more specific picture. This is where the indirect object come into play. Direct objects receive the verb's action, and indirect objects which generally have a preposition with them. So receive the direct object. Beneath your verb, draw a diagonal line connecting with the indirect object. Like for example, the teachers gave their students. So that would be your indirect object. The teachers gave their students. And the direct object is a passing grade. So therefore, the whole sentence is all about the teachers gave their students a passing grade. So when your sentence or your diagram correctly, each element of your sentence is parsed in a visual way that ensures each piece is functioning as it should, so that you will not make a grammatical sentence in making your sentence diagram. Now, the last step in making a sentence diagram is make your sentence more complex. What would that mean? If you want to write longer sentences, join two independent clauses with a comma or conjunction and mark them with a dotted line in your diagram. So ensure that each sentence is its own complete thought and can stand on its own before combining it with another to make a compound sentence. So that is all about the 5 steps in making a sentence diagram. I hope later in our activity and in our assessment, you will apply all of those 5 steps in making a sentence diagram.
So let's proceed to the guided practice. So this would be the sentence. The farmers gave their kids fresh vegetables. So I will give you 3 minutes to do the sentence diagram. You may start now. May I invite one student to post your output on the board? Wow, you've got the correct answer. I hope everyone got the correct answer. Based on the given sentence, the farmers gave their kids fresh vegetables. The farmers is the subject, gave is the verb, vegetables is the direct object, kids is the indirect object, the is an article, there is a possessive pronoun, fresh is an adjective that modifying vegetables. So now let's proceed to our assessment. So we have here 2 sentences on the strips. First sentence, glaciers melt. Second sentence, the glacier is melting slowly. Listen carefully. Your task is to paste the words on the blank diagram that I gave it to you, and I will give you 6 minutes to do that. And after that, you will submit it to me, and that serves as your activity this morning.
And that's the end of our discussion this day, my dear grade 7 students. I hope we have learned a lot about our main topic this day. And that is all about the sentence diagram and the subject-verb agreement. So thank you so much for your listening. Have a good day and God bless us all. Keep safe, everyone.